welcome to tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our WCTV Game of the Week. Paul Brees and special guest color commentator Michael Williams here at Franklin High School. We've had some technical difficulties, but we are here in the second quarter, 8:07 here to play, and Franklin leads 21-7. And if trying to figure out why we had technical difficulties, Michael, had a little rain coming down before the game.
Had a lot of rain come down before the game. Had a lot of rain in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, so we had a little 40-minute weather delay, and but we fought through it. Our WCTV crew here has got us back running up.
We got a nice wet steam bath going on here.
Absolutely. So with 7:44 to recap, Franklin jumped out ahead 7-0. Dixon answered back 7-7, and then a fumble. And then Franklin scored, and then a 3-and-out by Dickson and a quick kick. And then about a 70-yard touchdown run by Bryce Milam has made Franklin a 21-7 leader here. Again, second quarter in our WCTV Game of the Week. So, you know, with the weather, Coach, you got to think you have some turnovers, some passes are going to be a little slippery. The ball's going to be tougher to hang on to. Franklin's done a pretty good job. Dixon County, I guess, getting acclimated to that wet ball.
Yeah, I guess Enoch Williams is the quarterback for Dickson County. He's struggled a bit with throwing the ball out into the flat and having a difficult time tonight with the wet ball. Of course, Franklin's had a good deal to do with that as well on the defensive side of the ball. Absolutely.
Swarming defense. That front four has been together for a while, and a deep pass here by the Cougars. Ooh, an almost nice grab right there, Coach.
Just about hauled it in, not quite. Good effort there.
Kincaid Lewis, the intended receiver, almost brought it down. That's going to bring up 4th down here for the Rebels. He's checked the replay here, Coach. What do you think? Had good protection.
Yeah, nice protection. Good soft pass, and just couldn't quite haul it in on the receiving end. Would have been a lovely catch, though.
So now the Cougars are kicking from about their own 10-yard line on a 4th and a country mile. And Murphy has done a pretty good job, but he right there could not get it off, and it is blocked.
That's the second one tonight Franklin's had.
And the Rebels recover, let's not say good field position, but it's about as good as you can get.
About close enough to scoring right there.
Yeah, and a great job there. And J.P. Batarsi with the block on the edge. Really, he came in so fast, he looked like he was going to overrun the punter right there.
Looks like he might catch the snap and take it on in.
So inside the 2 are the Rebels trotting on the field, led by quarterback 3-year starter Joe Critchlow, Malik Grimes at the running back spot, and a offensive line I think is with Philby and Moolman have just give them time. They're gonna get it going. And Grimes is stuffed by none other than the punter, Ty Murphy. So a little
payback right there.
Absolutely.
Maybe that block punt motivated him a little bit.
Yeah. And 75. That's
Eric Dahlman.
Yeah, Eric Dahlman, another senior lineman, kind of coming off limping a little bit, but so 2nd and goal.
Still kind of soggy out there.
Yeah,
for the Rebels.
Look for this field to dry probably Tuesday. We got it. Looks like a. That's one where everybody's pointing at each other, Coach.
I walked in tonight and realized I had my umbrella, and I knew the rest of me would be dry, but I figured my feet would be soaking wet walking through the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of rivers though. Offsides on the Cougars of Dickson County is going to make it another free yard for the Rebels. So 2nd and goal from about the 1 again. Critchlow and Grimes in the backfield. This would be a great, maybe a tight end play action. Grimes going to try to run it, and he's going to lean in for the score. Touchdown Rebels.
Grimes on two scores for the night so far.
Well, Malik Grimes, the senior running back, 5'9", 155, but you can't coach speed.
No, you can't coach toughness either. He looked like he carried a couple of Dickson County defenders into the end zone with him.
Well, I think Coach Donnie Webb, the head coach at Franklin, was concerned probably about, the delay and how it would affect his kids, and jumped out to a pretty good lead, gave up the touchdown, which caught everybody by surprise, but has definitely responded by the mistakes of Dickson County, and so your score was 6:06 here in the second quarter. Franklin 28, Dickson County 7.
Yeah, Dickson County not doing themselves very many favors with the 2-block punts, giving Franklin some pretty incredible field position down inside Dickson County's own 5-yard line.
Well, I think that, Coach said Donnie Webb is probably not concerned about his offense this year. I think he's going to be able to score points on whoever he wants. In my opinion, I think his defense is what's really going to be the question mark, especially in that secondary. Of course, his secondary is going to be not tested tonight, really. Wet ball, a team of Dickson County that really doesn't feel very comfortable throwing the ball. So it's a pretty good situation for the Rebels, who are 1-0 on the season, had a week off on week 0, picked up a big win last week, 39-0, and over Clarksville Northeast.
Yeah, Dickson hit Franklin, I believe, on about a 30, 40-yard run there in the first quarter to knot the score at 7 early on. But since then, not so much.
Well, you can see how the field conditions, Coach, kind of playing effect on the return game. The Dickson County returner right there kind of looked like he was tiptoeing up there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to fall down and slip. So
still a little timid to cut right there. Probably not trusting his footing so much.
Isaiah Burns right there on the return, going to give Dickson County the ball around the 22-yard line. And a misdirection, and that is going to be stopped by, you give me a number, Coach, what do you say? Maybe Philby.
Maybe a host of
here
Rebels.
We go. Oh, that's Booth Page.
Was that? That might have been T-Shawn right there, T-Shawn Jenkins.
Well, Booth Page, 6'3", 225, defensive end, Johnny on the spot. And so that's going to put Dickson in another down and long situation, 2nd and 14. And the throw, had a man. Timing was not right again. Dickson County, Coach, not a very comfortable throwing team.
Not in a great rhythm right now is Dickson County. And again, Franklin having a great deal to do with that, getting in the backfield pretty quickly and getting some pressure on the Dickson County quarterback.
Well, it wasn't a bad call by Coach Troy Williams of the Cougars. I mean, he gave Jacob Williams, the senior quarterback, the 3-step drop and just throw it to your first target and see what happens. But again, you talked about timing.
Timing, rhythm, very important, especially on the road right now. Dickson County can't seem to find a rhythm. This is an old matchup from my day. This was an old district rivalry from my day, back in the mid-'80s.
We don't want to give you up, but there's a penalty. And if you're down 28-7, Coach, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot with
not at all. Franklin's already had some pretty excellent field position all night long, and Dickson County looks like they're about to give them some more here right as we go into the half.
So 3rd and 19 off the penalty.
And remember, Dickson County's punting game has not been that great, especially deep in their own territory. So
this is the backside. Somebody on the Rebels hanging on for dear life. And
no more tearaway jerseys like they had in the old days.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Coach Troy Williams. Going to give him a shout out. Maybe he's got some family here in Williamson County. May check the game out here on WCTV. I saw you on TV. Oh,
no relation.
That's right.
I don't think.
So, boy, here we go, Coach. You talked about some as the student body is chanting, yeah, block that punt. So here we go.
It might be a bit prophetic.
Murphy here on the punt again.
Brought some extra help in to help him out this time.
Oh, almost got it. Nice kick by Murphy. He's got a chance here to make something happen. That's number 13, Luke Hill, on the return.
Luke not afraid to cut inside there. Just about got to another one, their third block punt of the night.
You see Luke Hill didn't want to take it out of bounds. Got a couple extra yards down to about the 25?
About the 25, 24 yard line of Dickson County.
Well, it's not the 2 yard line, but 25. I'm sure
the 2.
Coach Webb will take it. So.
Does he go back to Malik here, or does he try his passing game
looks like
out?
maybe Bryce Milam is in the game at running back. And here's Critchlow.
Whoops.
Up top and tried to hit the safe pattern right there, the underneath. Kind of fooled our cameraman out there.
You know your play is working right when you can fool your cameraman.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So 2nd and 10, 3:48, second quarter of our WCTV Game of the Week. Paul Breeze and Michael Williams here at Franklin High School. It's a nice turnout by the student body.
Good thing about the rain earlier tonight, it cooled everything off for us, didn't it?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still dripping a little sweat. I don't know if that's...
I think that's the sauna that we've got going on.
I thought it was just maybe my size. I don't know. Well, again, after experiencing some technical difficulties, I want to shout out to Andrew Kachumba, first day on the job here.
Andrew Kachumba, one of my 7th graders from years and years ago.
Yeah, he has been the running man, and I'm not talking about the dance. He's been having to run up and down the.
He's been our Forrest Gump of the WCTV broadcast tonight. Taught his sister a couple of years ago.
I think, I asked him before if this is something he wanted to do later on. I think he may have changed his mind.
I think Kachumba is probably the next Steven Spielberg, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I think he's got an eye and talent for this job.
If he makes that much money, I hope he remembers his middle school teachers.
I know he did well in my English class.
Maybe he'll get the WCTV crew a new truck when he's got some money. I don't know.
Oh, he's called him Kachumba Wumba.
Yeah. I'm sure he's had many nicknames.
Probably.
But either way, hey, after that timeout, here we go.
Back to football.
Well, they're going to try it again, I think, Coach. But Critchlow's open. Well, he's scrambling. He gets it away and throws it out of bounds. So a nice, smart, headsy play by the senior quarterback. But not sure if flag is down. Yeah.
Coach Webb trying his passing game out like we kind of predicted here. He's got that nice safe lead, so let's see if we can maybe work on a couple of passes and see what happens here. I think after those 2 or 3 debacles, he's liable to go back to the ground game.
Well, Coach Donnie Webb was on our WCTV Sports Connection, the coaches show, and was pretty excited about this season. A pretty good group of seniors. As you can see by the sideline, Coach, a lot of kids dressed out, a lot of kids in the program.
A lot of kids out there. A lot of my former students down there on the sideline. So what are we thinking about the county so far? Is it just kind of shakes out these first couple of weeks?
Well, I'll tell you right after this play. I think it may be third and
10.
Maybe 3rd and 20. I'm not sure, but I know Critchlow's going to throw it right on the money. The deep ball to. Oh, I tell you what, that may be. Carson Young, and a great breakup by who's that? 21.
Isaiah Burns.
Isaiah Burns. He's having to be all over the field.
Nice gun there. Nice arm from Critchlow.
Basically one-on-one, and well, after the good starting position, Coach, it's a punt situation. First punt possibly we've seen by Franklin, but I think Coach Webb's going to play the field position game.
Think so? Well, it's certainly a better place to punt than from where Dickson County's been punting from lately.
Oh, here we go, nice. And the fair catch inside the 10, and that's about at the 8-yard line. So Flipping the field is Franklin now. You know, defensively, they've been in control for out of the 35 plays. They've only had about two big plays. One was that quarterback keeper for the touchdown.
So, back to my original.
Okay.
Sorry, back to my original question.
Yeah.
We got Franklin's got this nice, comfortable lead here going into the half, and Murfreesboro schools seem to be getting some love. But how about Williamson County schools?
Coach, if I had to guess, as the play is just swamped right there, if I had to guess, it may come down to Ravenwood Franklin. And maybe throw a sprinkle of Independence in there, and I'm sure some Centennial fans would probably disagree, but you got 4 teams right there vying for the top spot. Unfortunately, what Ravenwood has that none of the, well, I shouldn't say that. Ravenwood has Van Jefferson, a nice receiver, a pretty good quarterback in Brown. Centennial has a Division I receiver in Emmanuel Hall and a nice running back in Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
And then Franklin with a host of seniors on the team, just solid guys. As the sack is going to come, and he's going to be dropped at the 2. As that front 4 is just taken over up there.
Some fans calling for the safety right there. Don't know that he was that deep, but sure was close there. Nope.
Hazelton
about a yard out of the end zone.
Hazelton and Page on the sack, and that's going to be 3rd and 16.
So you're up 28-7 here going into the half. What's Coach Webb going to tell us?
Well, if he can get another score on the board, if he can get another score on the board, it's going to be some playing time for some of the younger kids, because with these wet field conditions, I'm sure that he does not want to risk any type of injury. So
Dickson calls a timeout to talk about this.
Well, let's talk about some scores from around the county right now. As you see the 28-7 lead by Franklin, it's Centennial and Brentwood at Brentwood. Centennial leads 14-0 at the half. And let's see, it's going to be Fairview over Stewart County, 15-7. And Independence currently leading Summit, 21-0. Again, with the weather situation, we're not sure exactly
who got started and when. Right?
Yeah, who got started and when. Yeah. If they're even going now.
Because there's a lightning delay in Nashville right now, I believe.
Yeah.
For some of the schools in Nashville.
Yeah, we don't have a Page score. They're playing a good Marshall County team. Page off to a 2-0 start. We saw them last week, Coach. They look pretty good.
Patriots doing all right this year?
The Page Patriots are not, you know what, they're doing good, but even more importantly, they got some nice uniforms down there.
Do they really?
You know, I like the charcoal gray here, or whatever kind of gray you got here going in Franklin. You know,
well, in Tennessee, we call it, how about the smoky gray? Is that cool?
Well, you got the, as a Franklin graduate, I didn't know if, you know, you had what you had as far as the gray went.
We went, back in my day, it was gray, white, and maroon.
Oh, man, a big pass and a catch. Could this be 98 yards? And again, that is going to be a 98-yard touchdown for the Cougars.
Lewis Kincaid on the reception.
And talk about digging yourself out of a hole.
No kidding.
That is the way to do it. And you know what? The extra point's going to take a little bit longer, so we can try to get the offensive lineman down the field to kick it.
They had to run 98 yards to get all the way down there. Pretty throw and catch.
Wow, that was nice. And again, talking about the secondary coach and kind of the
caught Franklin napping right there.
Yeah.
Caught him going to sleep.
Well,
looked up at the scoreboard, said we're up 28-7. We're about to go into halftime. We can take a play off, and not so much. You got hit.
Speaking of taking a play off, there's the extra run. There's the 11th man on the field goal unit. He was probably like, "What happened? We were on the 2-yard line." No, that's no good.
No good.
28-13 here, 139 here in the second quarter of our WCTV Game of the Week. 98-yard touchdown pass
to Isaiah.
Yeah, that's number 17, I believe they called
Kincaid Lewis.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to check it out right here, Coach.
Get the telestrator out here.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice throw. And that's number 3 throwing it. And I don't know if you have a 3 on your roster for Dickson County, but I do not.
I don't see one.
Yeah, that's a slip and a fall, looked like by the cornerback, and Matt Gonzalez and Number 12, T-Shon Jenkins trying to track him down, and even with the angle, 17, Kincaid Lewis is going to outrun him.
Turned on the jets there, down the sideline for the 6 points. Well, now we've got something to address at halftime, don't we?
Yeah.
So $1:39 to go in the half.
Oh, and I think they should have let it go out of bounds, but let's see who that is on the return. That's, oh yeah, Grimes. You know, when you're the running back,
it's hard not to run.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to sit on it. You don't want to eat it at that point. Let's see what you can get.
Well, it'll be interesting to see right here what Franklin does offensively.
Yeah, you think Coach Webb will sit on it, or you think we might try and punch another one in?
So Critchlow going to try to throw it out of the backfield, wide open. I don't know, is that number 5? Carson Young, who was the intended receiver right there.
Lots of green in front of him.
Linebackers for Dickson County a little slow to react right there, so first down.
Parker Pennell, the other receiver out there, could have gotten a hat on that cornerback there. Could have had a lot more green in front of him, looked like. But good enough to get that yardage that he did.
Critchlow's pass intended for Bryce Mullen comes up incomplete. Clock stops. So it looks like Coach Webb is going to try to maybe tack some points on and not just sit on it and head to the house.
Playing very aggressively. It's fun to come back here to the old stomping grounds after so many years.
I was looking for your retired jersey. Couldn't find it. Critchlow here, 2nd and 10. Plenty of time. And that's something you don't want to do. I think that's Young on the big catch.
Very nice throw and catch right there.
You can't give Critchlow this much time. Here, I'll check down to the 1. I hit the 2nd receiver. And 27 yards later, 1st and 10 Franklin at the 27.
Probably just about in field goal range too, huh?
On a dry night, definitely.
Maybe not so much tonight, huh?
Oh, Critchlow laying it up. Is that Young again on the grab? Down to the 24. So, Coach, here we go with the ready here. Kind of get things moving here as the clock's going to continue to run.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to try and punch it in one more time. Not satisfied with 28-13 right now, so.
Critchlow, plenty of time. It's going to sail a little high. I'm not sure if the ball's wet or can't get a comfortable grip on it.
Well, good news, bad news. Bad news, he overthrew his man. Good news, stops the clock.
Stops the clock. But 3rd and 6, they've got to convert this one. They probably don't want to settle for a 41-yard field goal in the mud.
I like that play where the running back popped it right up the middle there.
The big game by the touchdown run by Mullen. So here we go.
Going to throw it one more time.
Critchlow may be able to run it. Get the 1st down. And he's going to sneak inside the 15 to about the 13 with 22 seconds left.
So we're out of bounds right there, and we stopped the clock yet again.
First and 10 for the Rebels, ball for Dickson County, 13-yard line.
So Coach Webb not wasting a whole lot of time right here. Critchlow back to throw yet again. throws it out of bounds this time.
Yeah.
Well, you bring on your field goal unit, or you try to?
No. Well, you got 2 timeouts left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
I
you got
thought we were on
12
4th down.
seconds,
Sorry. I need to pay attention to my
2nd and 10.
stats a little bit better, don't I?
Well, we don't have the greatest view from where we are, so. But Lance doing a great job on the clock and the down and distance. Or we're just relying on him. We hope he's right. Oh yeah, he's solid.
So here we go, last play of the first quarter, or I'm sorry, first half. Do we punch one more in before we go in for the break?
Well, you give Critchlow time. Well, he's got a little.
Oh.
Well, he's going to be knocked out still.
Well, we
down
got
about
4 seconds left.
4 seconds down about the 2-yard line of the Rebels.
Down to the, we're told, the 3-yard line.
3-yard line.
Oh, 3 seconds.
All right, it's solid.
Critchlow carrying his team, though, showing a great deal of leadership out there.
So a big decision by Coach Webb here, as he is going to try to go for the 6. And it is, would love to go in.
Bow up time for Dickson.
He's going to throw up to Matthews for the easy score. Pitch and catch. Touchdown Rebels and Matthews.
Garrison Matthews, nice to have a 6'5" receiver out there that you can just kind of loft that up to.
And he didn't even really have to get challenged right there. It was just kind of like, not sure what happened.
He certainly picked the mismatch. Found him right there in the corner of the end zone. It was backyard football right there.
And Langham for the extra point, and it is good. So, as time expired, the touchdown pass, Critchlow to Matthews, is going to put the Franklin Rebels up 35-13. And we will be right back for second half action after Pets of the Week.
Everyone, my name is Marcy and this is Ariel, and you're at Williamson County Animal Control. Ariel came to us about a month ago as a stray, so unfortunately I don't know too much about her background. However, if you notice, she has the most incredible spotted coat, which would lead me to believe that she may have some Bengal in her. She's really sweet, but she's also very independent. She stays here in this little window area, and she really just kind of keeps to herself. She's a really sweet girl, but nothing seems to faze her. I mean, lots of animals come through the lobby, dogs, and there's some kittens and a cat that reside right next to her, and she doesn't seem to be fazed by any of them. When we found her, she was not spayed, so there's always a good chance she might have had some kittens, but we have since taken care of that. We have a new promotion this month. It's Superhero September, and the adoption fees on both cats and dogs have been reduced to half. So the cats this month will be $25. So I'd love for you to see Ariel and get your very own little wild cat and just see what a precious little sweet cat she is. So please come down and see her. Hi everyone, this is Wonder Woman. She is a little pitty mix that we found, oh gosh, probably about 3 weeks ago as a little stray. And you know, after looking at her, I think she was brought to us just in time. It looks like the collar she had on was growing into her neck, so I'm glad to see that, that we got her. And she is super, super sweet. She wants to get in my lap so bad she can't stand it. When we did her SAFER assessment, she got 1s on everything, which is top marks. So she did good with food, and when she was introduced to a dog, she did really well. However, I would probably recommend that if you're considering adopting her, that you bring, you know, your own dog if you have one. And I think a backyard or a fenced backyard would probably be a good idea for her. She is strong, lots of muscles, so you know, I would just certainly recommend anybody who can handle her. That you know, that she would be a great family member. She is absolutely precious. So please come down and see Wonder Woman. Her adoption fee is also halved, or as close to half. So it's $42 for the month of September. So please come and see our little superhero Wonder Woman.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to second half action of our WCTV Game of the Week. Paul Brees and Michael Williams here at Franklin High School, where the Rebels lead 35-13. Coach, a pretty good ending for the Rebels here at the buzzer.
Very nice ending at the buzzer. That was Garrison Matthews, big 6'5" receiver for the Rebels. Down there in the corner, a little pitch and catch, tacked on an extra score to give Franklin the 35-13 lead going into the halftime.
Well, sloppy play early gave Franklin the advantage, and Dickson County, unfortunately, has to kick off to Franklin, who can put points on the board anytime, it seems like. Pretty nice kickoff. That's Grimes back to receive from the end line. See if he can find a lane here, but ooh, big tackle.
Not so much.
I believe that's 18, no, 20, 28 possibly. Coach, it's a guessing game.
Might call that Andrew Stanford. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. You give him some credit. I don't think he'll ever know that we called his name out.
Andrew, Nate, or Trey, or perhaps even Aikman Hunter.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Rebels here in the start of the third quarter. Joe Critchlow and the offensive unit trotting on. 11:55 here, and we'll see what kind of decision here Coach Webb has, leading by 22. They give a little dose of Bryce Milam. No. And that's going to be a nice catch for a first down. We'll see who gets up at the bottom of the pile. Luke Hill apparently on the reception.
Coach Webb finding a little bit more confidence in his passing game as the game continued on there.
Well, you got experienced quarterback, experienced receiver, pretty good offensive line unit up there. So Crystal's he's going to get plenty of time to throw it. But again, the wet field conditions, the ball can really put things in a backward motion. So
now we sweep to the left.
I think that's Milam, and he's maybe going to gain 1, if anything.
Well, have we lost confidence in the running game, or are we just picking up confidence in the passing game?
Well, I think, you know, coach's pride. You want to try to always establish the run somehow, but I think after the loss on 1 right there and the footing, it just seems like, you know, Critchlow would love to get the green light to throw it every down.
Maybe air it out a little bit more.
So 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss on the run. Critchlow, and there's the big pass, first down catch. We'll see who that is. Michael Ford, the senior receiver, as we both laugh because I had him in class.
A lot of our former students out there tonight. And a lot of them up in the stands too.
Oh, Carson Young, the intended receiver, goes through his hands. So first down out the incomplete, makes it second.
2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10, Coach, what do you think? You go back to the run, or?
I don't know. I think Coach Webb has found some confidence, like I said before, in his passing game, and I say let's see what we can do here, because you're going to need your passing game later on in the year anyway. So let's see what we can do with it and see if we can establish some sort of rhythm, some sort of confidence, some sort of consistency, and get the ball down the field.
Well, a little delay here. Not sure what's going on down there. From our vantage point, tough to see. But you saw the student section. All out in full force here is the second home game for Franklin. Next week we'll get a bird's eye view of the Ravenwood Raptors and their home game against Laverne in a non-district game.
How do we feel about these Rebels as they head into the meat of their schedule here coming up?
Well, I think their passing game is probably the top two in the district. They can try to get the run going somehow, and that right there is the late handoff on Milam on the carry.
Still struggling forward before they blow it up. Well, these spreads, these misdirections, these try to swing it way out right at wides have become very popular over the last few years, haven't they?
Yeah. So here we go, 3rd and 9 on the Critchlow going to roll out, plenty of time. Sets his feet. He's got a wide open, I believe that's going to be Parker Pennell, 13. No, it's
Kenny
Luke Hill.
Blackburn.
That's Luke Hill, I believe, on the reception. I apologize, Luke Hill. You know what?
That is Luke Hill. I'm sorry.
When you get that wide open, that ball stays up in the air a little bit long.
That was a nice concentration on Luke's part there. He had to slow it down and collect it, and have the presence of mind to right himself and turn on the jets into the end zone. A number of maybe less experienced receivers, A, would not have caught the ball, but B, might not have had the presence of mind to collect their balance there and speed off into the end zone. But pretty pass and catch right there. Lots of experience showing through.
Well, the extra point is going to be good. So your new score here, 9:25 in the 3rd, and the Franklin Rebels extend their lead, 42-13.
Very pretty.
Let's maybe we get a look at the replay here.
Go back to the telestrator here.
You know, it's hard, Coach, when you roll out to your left and you have to throw it back across your body.
That's right. Good senior presence of mind right there. Putting it down about 30, 40 yards.
See the receiver at the bottom of the screen already knows.
Already knew it.
All he had to do was catch it. Luke Hill on the big reception. 60-plus yards.
Luke, careful you don't run out of bounds there, big boy.
Yeah. There's always the favorite part. Now, some schools, of course, have the designated gentleman here do the push-ups. Some schools, Coach, and throughout the county, the cheerleaders do the push-ups.
42 push-ups. Can you do 42 push-ups in a row?
No. I just answer right now. No. I think between our whole WCTV crew, we probably couldn't do 42 total. So we'll see the short kickoff here at the 10. No blocking up front for Burns. Is that 21? Is that's Burns.
Dickson County not having a great deal of luck tonight with their starting field position.
No, you're exactly right. In fact, one of their touchdowns, of course, the 98-yard reception. I'm sure that Coach Webb will probably go back and show the secondary unit over and over again in film study.
He can probably hang 65 points on this squad tonight, and that's probably the one thing the coach will go back and talk to his guys about. That's just how we coaches we have a tendency to be like that.
So here we go, Dickson County. First down, the rollout by number 3, not on the roster. I don't know who he is, but
the player to be named later.
The intended pass, just a little bit high, and incomplete.
Matt Gonzalez was on the cover for the Rebels. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. The handoff to a running back, nowhere to go, Coach.
Franklin pitching the shutout since the long pass and the long breakaway run in the first quarter. Nick Rocco, one of my former students from about 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, that was Collier Walcott, the running back, and it's a tough situation to get maybe one of your first carries of the game, and can't get anybody to block for you.
At least you got your uniform nice and dirty.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3rd and 11, pass, plenty of time. Ooh, and almost picked off.
Not quite. Again, Dickson County just not finding a rhythm, not finding any sort of consistency on offense tonight, having quite the struggle.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about basically 2 plays on those 2 scores by Dickson County, and you take those off the board, and Franklin has pretty much dominated the statistical categories defensively.
At what point do we believe Coach Webb calls off the dogs here?
We're probably going to, you know what, if I was Coach Webb, I'd see one more possession here. There's a good kick. Going to have time to return it. Oh, and a big block. And Luke Hill has got a chance. And a stiff arm is going to keep him in bounds, and there's a host.
Luke Hill.
And the special teams crew going to check this out.
Luke Hill not being denied right there. Nice strong run from the senior. Gives the squad some really nice field position yet again.
Again, you talked about one of the 2s and the 3s going to come in. I would say if you put 7 here on the board,
see your 2s and your 3s.
It's good night, Joe Critchlow and gang.
7 equals 2s and 3s, and maybe a 4 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're
well, Franklin dresses. They look like they dress about nearly 100 kids out there. So it's not like they're lacking for bodies.
No,
that's for sure.
Plenty of bodies out there. Only takes 11. Critchlow on the keep. Nice defensive play here by 63. Oh, well, check that, Coach. New quarterback in the game, Kyle Evans. So that answers your question. Trace Edmondson on the tackle. There's Kyle Evans, number 6, the junior. And it must be something about being a redhead and a quarterback here at Franklin is Critchlow. Also a redheaded,
gunslinger.
Yeah. We'll see.
Who was that redhead for the 49ers years ago? Actually, he was losing most of his hair. I can't remember who it was now.
Jeff Garcia.
Garcia, that's right. That's who it was.
Grimes around the end. He's got, he can outrun him, and he leans. Going to pick up a couple, still going to make it 3rd and goal. And the difference between Evans and Critchlow is, Critchlow loves to throw it first, only runs if necessary. Kyle Evans, he'll run second.
Maybe pulling the trigger a little bit fast with his feet right there. But that's why you're in the game, to grab a little bit of experience, because you're definitely going to be needed down the road.
Evans only a junior, so see right here. And we're going to try to get outside. If they stay on their blocks, we got a shot at it and a touchdown run.
Nice effort.
And who's that going to be, Coach?
Find out here shortly. I'm sure everybody who knows him is yelling at us right now.
Lanham Craddock, the junior running back, number 24. So that's going to extend the lead 48-13. Well, the kicker says, what do I need to do? Should I get in the huddle? I'm not sure who that is kicking.
Is that Trey again? Trey Langham?
Langham is 92. This guy looks like he's got a 1 in front of his jersey. Maybe 16. Miller Porter.
Miller Porter.
Either way, it's good. And a new score here. Franklin
49.
49 and
13.
Dickson County 13. Coach, here we go.
Strings it out a long way right here. Shows a good deal of patience. Waits to find his hole, doesn't see anything, and aims straight for the corner of the end zone in that pylon. Great presence of mind right here.
Well, you gotta enjoy the blocking too by the
nice
receivers.
blocking.
Yeah.
Comes in and reaches right across that pylon, just ducks inside for the 6 points.
So a 36-point difference, gang, makes this a running clock. And after the 40-minute delayed start, we may catch up here.
Back to 49 push-ups in a row.
Yeah, 49. Well, you basically do 49 plus 42 plus, you know.
Yeah, these boys are going to be pretty sore tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice to get this, well, we'll go ahead and call it if you want to. Nice to get this one under your belt, too, to go to a solid 2-0 on the year.
Yeah, I think you go ahead and chalk it up. So fielded at the 10 is Burns. And, again, we're going to have some younger guys out here, so let's see if we can try to track their numbers down, get their names called.
A lot of clean uniforms right now.
Well, there comes a late flag.
And that's something else we might see with a bunch of new players in there. A lot of laundry on the field.
Personal foul on Dickson County, and you talked about starting field position all night for Dickson County.
There it goes again.
Yeah, just when you get up there to about the 37-38 to start. And
So, come on back.
Yeah.
We're going to start down here, fellas. Who do we like rivalry-wise this year? Who do we think is probably the target game on our schedule?
I think, of course, you know, for the fans, it's Brentwood, but for standings and playoff scenarios and everything like that, I would think that Ravenwood is going to be the team that it's all going to boil down to, unless something crazy happens. You know, when you're dealing with 16 to 18-year-old boys, you never know if they're going to show up or not mentally or not. So
that goes for 43-year-old men too.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. Burns on the carry, and a nice tackle. And see who comes up on the bottom. I'm not sure. 44 maybe. Seth Cost on the tackle.
Seth Cost.
Seth Cost, the older brother of J.P. Cost.
Mom teaches at our school, doesn't she?
That's right. That's right. So Miss Cost getting we'll tell her we mentioned her name.
Fantastic teacher for us.
Oh, nice catch.
Fine.
Let's see. 46 on that bottom of that pile.
That was Enoch Williams for Dickson County.
Michael Albert on the tackle.
Michael Albert, another former student.
Let's see, 38 as well. Sam Gates.
I taught 3 Albert boys in my classroom.
Yeah. So hand off to number 1 right here, Coach. Oh, and he is met immediately.
John Jackson there for Dickson County, trying to sweep it out to the left. Another Rocco tackle.
Yeah.
Nick Rocco.
So again, clock will not stop unless Dickson County can cut this lead inside 35 on the mercy rule, which sure if Coach Webb can come out of this game injury-free, he would love it. Well, there's a throw and a nice catch. Oh, tipped up.
Broken up nicely.
I don't know if that was Gross.
Incomplete pass from supervisor Burns, incomplete.
I don't know if that was broken up by Kyle Evans.
Check it out again here.
Number 9, Alex Patterson coming over, as well as number 24, Landon Craddock. So
nice timing on that to come over and break that up. So kind of a sense of pride here too for some of our 2s and 3s, like we mentioned, who are in the game now. We've got this 13. We've let Dickson County put 13 points on the board. And don't let them put any more on the board, even though we've got our 2nd and 3rd teamers in there now.
So I believe this is 4th down. I'm not sure.
4th and 9.
4th and 9. Getting confirmation from Lance, our fantastic longtime graphics coordinator. I don't know if he has a card that he hands out. And JP Batarsi back to receive the punt. This will be his first opportunity to get a punt. Again, no rush and a nice kick. Deep.
Nice roll.
Coach, that's number 4 for Dickson County on the punt.
All the way down to the 11-yard line.
Ty Murphy. I don't know, maybe a 70-yard punt right there.
Pretty nice. Pad the statistics there. Up the average.
Yeah. So with 2:33 and counting on our WCTV Game of the Week, Paul Breeze, Michael Williams, the whole WCTV crew, scrambling early on, recovered nicely, just like a good team would, led by our captain, Creed Henderson. Well, other scores of interest. It's coming down the wire at Brentwood High. Centennial 17, Brentwood 14. Just under 7 minutes left in that game.
Run up into the pile of people there.
That's Kyle Evans.
Well, I guess Dickson will go back to, Dickson County goes back.
They'll be 1 and 2 on the season.
Tries to regroup a little bit before they get it too heavily into district play.
Well, Independence is playing Summit. 48-7 their score as the Eagles continue to fly.
The Eagles continue to fly.
And they would go 3-0, I believe, on the season. Another team, it's kind of the sleeper down there. So a nice run right there. Again, different people here. 23, who would that be, Coach? 23 for Franklin.
Colin Salters.
There we go, the sophomore.
Another former student of mine. Had his brother on my track team last year. Colin was an outstanding student, top-notch student.
All right, Evans directing traffic here. Well, Evans going to try to dig for it. You know, again, with Critchlow, different type of offense. With Evans, it's more the read option here with the running game. So
seems like now we're probably in just get experience mode, just take care of the ball mode, just get out of here without any injuries mode. Chalk this one up and get ready for next week. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter.
Is that it?
That is the end of the third.
Absolutely. So, end of the third quarter, and your score, the Franklin Rebels 49 and the Dickson County Cougars 13. Hey, if you'd maybe like a copy of this game, maybe, it would be, our number is 615-472-4032. $20 copy. You can check out our website, huh, Coach, if you've ever been to the website.
WSC-TV.
Yeah, .net. The YouTube page is fantastic.
Gotta go to that YouTube page.
If you got family that can't see the game on the Williamson County station, the full length game will be put on YouTube.
Cool service to have. dial-up grandmother and grandfather from a couple of states away, and
Absolutely. This would be a great
or
one.
whomever.
This would be a great game to have if you're a young Rebel, doesn't get a whole lot of snaps.
A whole lot of playing time.
So,
Watch him on the big screen. Here at the alma mater, Franklin High School, graduated from this fine institution in 1980-something. Once upon a time. A lot of fond memories of this place. Of course, it looks much different now than it did when I was in school here all those years ago. I don't even know if they have any more teachers, any of my old teachers who were here.
what about the principal? No, different principal.
Different principal.
All right.
4th and 10 for the Rebels, number 92.
So 4th and 10, starting the 4th quarter. Rebels in total control on this hot, muggy, rainy night.
Steamy night, steamy
Yeah, it's great.
September night. Not quite football weather, is it yet, Coach?
No, but I'm excited about tomorrow and Sunday.
I am too. I am too.
Well, here's the kick. The fair catch is caught, and this may be, barring any kind of penalty, Coach, maybe the best field position.
Maybe the best field.
Yeah.
Well, the question is now, what do they do with it? So
Well-
if you're Dickson, you don't come in. You don't want to roll over and die here with just being down by, what, 36 points here. You want to play for a little bit of pride, see what you can do here with the remaining time you have remaining. Go back, regroup, build from this, and see what you can do later on in the season.
Well, there's a nice handoff. A pretty good gain on first down, as the Dickson County crowd will take anything positive right now.
Applauding the effort. Who you like this weekend?
It depends what game you're talking about, Coach. Uh-oh. There's that's Burns. He's been Mr. Everything. 17 on the tackle by Franklin. Who's that going to be, Coach, for the Franklin Rebels? Number 17.
Kincaid. Oops, sorry, my fault. Wrong roster. Kenny Blackburn.
Kenny Blackburn. So Burns and Blackburn, as well as Sam Gates out there.
A lot of maroon hats around the ball. Coach has got to like to see that. Looking forward to Oregon, Michigan State tomorrow if I can duck outside of the SEC.
Well, I don't think you can be able to say that here, but that's okay. Nice run here and a big pickup by number 1.
John Jackson.
John Jackson. And down is a referee in the middle of the field.
Sure is.
And that's not a good sign, as he took a shot and didn't see. Not sure if we catch a replay of what exactly happened. Take a look. He's going to be the guy in the middle. That's not a very fun position if you're, well, I think that. I saw a linebacker from the left-hand side come streaking across, and I think he just ran into him. He didn't even see him. So,
Pretty rough situation
Yeah,
here.
that
Hope
is-
he's okay.
yeah,
Hopefully he just
absolutely.
got his bell rung a little bit.
So yeah, Oregon and Michigan State. You know, we really don't want to say much, but here's what I want to know. Where's the game being played at?
That one is in Eugene, Oregon.
That may be trouble for Michigan State.
Battle of top tens. Who do we like in the SEC tomorrow? Of course, the SEC's we've got a
Pretty
bunch
much
of,
a week schedule.
Week schedule. A lot of
Ole Miss Vandy would be
Ole
the
Miss,
probably
Vandy.
marquee matchup in at LP Field. You know, Ole Miss a 20-point favorite.
Ole Miss a 20-point favorite
Yeah,
tomorrow.
so I would go.
Holy
I would go
smokes.
with Ole Miss.
The Gators get back on the field tomorrow after being
They do.
canceled against
I believe
Idaho.
They do. So slowly and surely, umpire's going to make it, and the crowd acknowledges You know what I'd do? I'd switch hats with that white hat guy and say,
I think
you
so
try.
too. I think I'd go over there and grab that down and distance marker. Certainly earning his paycheck tonight.
Well, give a shout out to the crew. I may need some help. Of course, Creed and Lance and Andrew Kachumba in the truck. Christian and Boyce upstairs. Down on the field, Raquel and Tori. A new crew. I wish everybody would get a name tag. Hello, my name is. So there's a pass out.
Squish.
And that is going to be.
Oh, nice. Wrestled his way to Isaiah Burns.
Burns, he's had to do it all.
Sometimes you can see those coming from a mile away, those swing passes.
Yeah.
And that cornerback starts to chomp at the bit. He sees that ball going out there, and he knows exactly who to make a beeline for.
Uh-oh, quarterback in trouble. Brought down. Let's see what we got there. Oh, man, I tell you what, Coach. From our vantage point, it is tough to read these numbers. There we go. Maybe get a look at it here. 99 disrupted the play. That's Jamerson Reagan.
Yeah, sorry if there are Dickson County people watching our game tonight. We don't know the name of your quarterback. We just refer to him as number 3 because we don't have a name for him on our rosters.
Will Kennedy, we'll know his name. He was out there on the tackle as well. Third and 13. I would say that would, if I had to guess, Isaiah Burns, but I'm not sure. No, it's going to be Jackson on the carry. Who did we get there, Coach, on the tackle?
Once again, difficult to make out these numbers on these smoky gray uniforms.
Smoky gray. Well, hang on now. 99. How about 2? Colby Harrison.
Colby Harrison coming in and cleaning it up for him.
47. Alex Pogue.
Just an overall nice defensive effort by the Rebels all the way around tonight.
We try to get everybody's name called just because, you know.
Just because their mamas love them.
Absolutely. Try to sell more DVDs, right? So 4th and 15, and a nice tackle, open field tackle by number Jared Howell on the tackle. Either way, here we go, turnover on downs. It's going to be first down Rebels. So Murphy tackled by 14 right there.
Jared, all 5'9", 130 pounds of him. Didn't come in and make the most solid lick in the world, but certainly did his job. He got the man to the ground.
So here we go. Let's see what we got here. 7:05. We're trotting on a new quarterback, Wes Patterson, the sophomore.
Wes Patterson, one of our old students.
Old school, under center. First time all night. Gain of about 2. Who was that on the run, Coach? Let's see. We may need Kachumba to run us a replay so we can see the number. I may have been Salters. 23 maybe.
Colin again. Wes was our quarterback at Grassland Middle School when he was an 8th grader. And a 7th grader too, I believe.
Well, there's the counter. Well, we're running hard, but we're running right into people. So, you know, that's what happens. You get a big league, going to stack the box. Not a lot of running room.
Yeah, but at least a lot of clean uniforms out there still to get some of these youngsters a good deal of playing time on a game like this.
Well, I got to give a shout out to my lovely wife, who's actually at the Brentwood Centennial game, keeping us updated. 17-17, 53 seconds left in the game.
Miss Coach Brees.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Patterson on the rollout. He's looking to keep it no matter what, and he better turn around.
Goodness.
He got hit.
Wes Patterson on the
And once again, we don't have a name for the young man who made that vicious tackle.
Andrew Stafford, 28, maybe? Or is it? Yeah, that's 28.
About 2 on the play. 4th and 5.
We don't have it, but that's okay.
A fine defensive effort by the Dickson County player. How about that?
Well, I'll tell you what, just from our vantage point, the field looks like it's holding up in good shape.
Not too bad. Don't have a ton of divots out there.
So 4th and 4. Counter. Is that Salters maybe? I tell you what, he's not going to pick up the first down.
Salters on the carry. Dickson brought him down for Dickson County.
Soldier Night, honoring our nation's fighting men and women.
And that's the Dickson County band that came over in uniform tonight.
Put on a fine show at halftime.
And of course, the tribute made by the Yellow Ribbon. And the student section had some yellow balloons. I think they may have let go at the beginning of the game. So always a great crowd here at Franklin High.
Also, Michigan Notre Dame tomorrow.
All
I think
right.
For the last time for a long time.
I hate to tell you, but Notre Dame gets beat. It's all right with me. Well, the first down run. You got to be excited though. It's first NFL week. Titans. We're going to see if they're the real deal or the same old group that we've seen the last 3 or 4 years.
Do we go 8-8 again?
Well, you know what? If we go 8-8, I'm calling it a successful season.
Okay. I'm gonna go see the Dallas Cowboys here next weekend.
You know what?
When they're in town.
Jerry Jones may call you up. Needs a good place to go eat before the game. Oh my! Got to take the ball with you. We may have a nope. Dickson recovers off the mishandled handoff.
I wouldn't take Jerry Jones to McDonald's.
So you really he's not part of your family?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, Dallas was the team to love, to hate, and I guess you never joined that bandwagon to hate to love or whatever.
No. Back in the Landry era, yeah.
Yeah.
But these days, not so much.
Whoa! Here we go. Run on the play
Nice.
About 15. That's going to be brought down by number 35, Coach. 35.
Well, let's see. Let's check that. I think it's
Alex Bogan, maybe?
Was it?
Take a look here.
I was thinking 76. Or maybe you're right there, Coach.
39?
39. Mitch Rossi.
Mitch Rossi. I know you're going to say it. Another former student.
Another former student. There he is. Another former Grassland General.
So, not sure the down and distance from our vantage point here. But here's what we know. The clocks continue to run. 1:45 and counting here. A little delayed run. 71, Coach. 71. And,
well, at least we know who the Dickson County quarterback is now. It's Landon Dunn. Landon Dunn
how about Harrison Brown on the tackle?
Landon Dunn got run down.
He is probably done for the night as Dickson is going to punt it away. Well, next week, again, we said we're going to be at Ravenwood, our first look at the Raptors next week. And the highly touted Van Jefferson receiver.
Did he commit? Did he commit to Georgia?
I believe he did pick up the Georgia hat. He committed to Georgia. There's still plenty of time, though, to make him change UT. So we'll see what happens.
Under a minute to go here. This one's been well in hand for quite some time.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get a better game next week. Kind of hit a 0-3 skid here with our WCTV game of the week, but eventually we're going to hit a WCTV WCTV Sports Classic, I feel, in 2014. I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'd like to see it. You know, Michael, if you don't know this, you know, during off football season, they show some of the bigger highlighted games in our county, and you know what?
Will they pick the one that you and I call?
Well, you know what? If you're lucky enough, they're not going to probably pick this one, I don't think.
Don't think so?
So it's going to be, that's it. Michael Williams, it's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. I've enjoyed every second of it with you, Coach Brees.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to do it. Better late than never here in our WCTV Game of the Week. For Paul Brees and Michael Williams, our guest color commentator, it is a final here at Franklin High. The Rebels 49, Dickson Cougars 13. The Rebels go to 2-0. We'll see you guys next week at Ravenwood High School. Good night.